Welcome back to the Duder Podcast, presented by Amerimaid Realty. Guys, Curtis is here.
Yay!
We've got
our Christmas cruise through.
We've got our cleanup dinner.
Through.
We're good,
dude. That was insane. I've never seen the town packed like that before. It was nuts.
Come on.
It was the entrance to the fairgrounds. People were lined all the way back up to Muse Argonne, all the way out to like the Catholic Church. Yeah, pretty much. It was crazy.
The summer before I was a senior, I think they had some like star country music guy there at the fair.
Phil Dirt and the
Dozers.
It wasn't Phil Dirt. I believe it was
Tracy Bird.
It was Dirt Diggler.
Like
damn it, somebody like Trevino, not Lee Trevino.
Oh, Rick Trevino.
Yeah,
I remember that
back
name.
then.
Yeah.
Lee Trevino.
I do remember that was my first country concert I was ever at. That was pretty rad.
You went?
It was down at the fairgrounds. Hell yeah, I went.
Yeah.
Did you think they were gonna play some gangster rap afterwards, or what?
I thought so. I had my hat on sideways.
Well, in case you're coming late, we do have a guest tonight, Luke Krause, one of Dougie's star pupils for his basketball team, and I've lost a little bit of respect for Luke in finding out that he is attending BGSUCKS in a couple of years. So, I do follow Bowling Green Baseball on Twitter, so I'll keep an eye on it.
Sounds good.
Luke, I'm not disappointed in you one bit. Furthering your education's right up my alley.
Yep.
I do have one request though.
Yeah.
I do want you to throw some pitches to me this summer, see if I can still hit. Would you do that for me?
Yeah. Or do you want it at your home field in Hicksville, or you coming to Antwerp?
It doesn't matter. I can come where you just got to supply. You have a baseball bat because all I have softball bats.
Hey, who's your baseball coach?
Zach Feasby.
Oh yeah, tell him that the Bailey boys want to come over. I'll catch you.
Okay.
I've got a catcher's mitt. It's infamous.
You have gear.
I'm gonna have to borrow gear if you guys have
Okay.
big enough gear. Do you guys have big enough gear to support my girth?
I think so.
Okay.
This has on-site Duder podcast written all over it.
We definitely got to do it live.
You could probably
Absolutely.
And you promise
charge too.
You promise you won't hit. Just promise you won't hit me.
No promises.
Oh gosh.
He likes to work the inside of the plate. I'm not gonna lie. He likes to work the inside of the plate.
Yeah.
That's my kind of lefty there.
Nope. I'd like to see if I can still hit a baseball.
All right.
We can even do it at the old softball field if you want to.
Okay. Pee Wee Field. I'll do Pee Wee Field too.
You just can't throw from the Pee Wee mound.
All right.
Dougie, is that Pee Wee Field still there that we played at?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yep,
Yep.
Absolutely.
Just throw from second base.
Yeah.
For our listeners, if you want to see this Pee Wee Field is straight up money. Okay, go to Robert Bailey on YouTube. Go to my YouTube channel. I've got some Pee Wee All-Star videos on there.
Those are good too.
If you want to see this,
They're really good.
This field is money. Of course, Luke will be pitching from second base to Elvis if we play at that field.
Yeah.
And I've got faith in Elvis. I do. I think he could still.
Think you could foul one off, Elvis?
Yeah, maybe bump one.
I'm gonna say you have to square around.
Now I think about it, I'm slowly starting to rethink my decision to catch.
I don't think I could barrel one up. I doubt, but
Hey Kurt, could I borrow
maybe a couple
a cup?
tickers.
Kurt, could I borrow a cup? You still got your cup? Could I borrow it?
Gosh, that thing's 20 plus years old. Probably just crumble when you put it in.
That'd be my third time in my life wearing one. So,
be totally honest, it'd probably be way too big, Tess.
Definitely, absolutely.
are you trying to say? No, anyway. Okay.
He's huge.
When we say we're going off the
Big
charts,
hollow
folks,
sound.
we are 100% going off the charts.
Off the charts.
So yeah, I wanted to talk a little bit, come back and talk a little bit of college football here. I know Elvis and I and Tara, we're pretty excited about what's coming up this coming weekend. But hey, the Buck Duders, you guys snuck your little asses into that Big Ten championship game, didn't you?
Exactly right. Snuck in.
Look,
We earned it.
Please.
Yeah, you know. What? Go ahead.
I was just going to say, I tried my damnedest last week to get Doug E. Fresh fired up, and my God, I could not do it.
I knew exactly where it was coming.
Did you, Dougie?
I didn't. I knew exactly what would be coming, and
Yep.
All those things. And it's the same thing that if you go on any social media site right now, you're hearing about it. But it is what it is. I mean, if you really want
It is
the
what
best,
it is. Yep.
if you want the best teams playing for the championship, I mean, it was going to have to happen.
okay, but I'm going to have to call somebody out here because I had a conversation with Curtis last week, maybe. And I like to think that Curtis is one of the more real of the Buckeye fans, in that he
Real.
No, he's a true Buckeye fan, but he's also more of the realist, more of the.
I don't wear the scarlet and gray glasses all the time, right?
There you go. That's what I'm trying to get at.
Right.
So
So where are we going with that?
Where are we going with that?
I was hoping
He
you
forgot.
continue on. No, Curtis said Curtis was a little iffy about the whole Buckeyes going. I mean, the Big Ten championship's one thing, but going into the playoff, Curtis was a little iffy last week.
Well, I think the whole reasoning there was it's like, like for example, the year we won the national championship in 2014, we lost our first I don't know if it was our first game or second game, and then we got better as the season went on. You get your reps in, you get, the team starts to gel, and here we are, we're sitting with 5 games. We've had, inconsistent weeks. You're off this week, you don't know when you're playing, it's canceled. So it's like, I'm wondering if we would be better off sitting, yes, you could argue that we're more fresh, as far as injuries and whatnot. But at the same time, it's like we don't have those game reps. And let's just say we do get into that 4th spot where we are against an Alabama team that could be dangerous, So I don't know. I'm just I don't know how I feel yet. I got to beat Northwestern first, though. So
I am 100% in agreement with that.
N-word,
just
please.
because.
That's all I'm gonna say.
What did he say?
No, I said we got to get by Northwestern first, and
Yeah.
I'm sorry, folks, but I broke off a Kenny Powers quote. N-word, please. That's what I said. Gotta beat Northwestern first.
that will beat him by 30, but.
No, but you're right, Curtis. And my take on it is, if you've played 9 games and okay, yeah, you can make the argument. Oh, they're a little bit they're rested, blah blah blah. But I mean, as far as you've played 6 games and possibly going into the college football playoff, rest isn't. You need live reps. You need live game reps. Obviously, that's a big difference in what would be the other 3 teams that would be in, so.
Yeah.
Right.
Rest is probably worse.
Oh, absolutely.
Than playing every week anyway.
Yep.
Well,
but you look at it, I mean, it's what else? I mean, maybe who else and what is it? I mean, everything is just all jumbled up, and then Florida loses because some dude throws a shoe last night.
Yeah.
That's
crazy.
Great.
Nuts.
And, 2020 doesn't, it never ceases to amaze, and it's just like,
Yeah.
And it's not like
Yep.
it's your guys' fault anyway. It's you guys.
Don't get me going on that.
The teams didn't want to play, or had the outbreaks or whatever they had. That's not your guys' fault.
here's something to think about as far as at least Ohio State getting into the Big Ten championship. You understand that win or lose, if they would have played this week, win or lose, they were going to be in. So so here's where you are. If you're Ohio State, okay, let's just forfeit. I mean, if you forfeit to Michigan, just because, okay, that gives you the 6th game, and then you're going to the Big Ten championship anyway. That doesn't make any sense. You know what I mean?
No.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if that rule is going to be in play, that you had to have 6 games to play in the title and the Big Ten championship game, Ohio State could have said, all right, well, we're just going to forfeit to Michigan then, just so there's our 6th game. Count it as a game.
Right.
That's the ridiculousness behind that, I guess, is that. But like I said, it's the Big Ten painted themselves into a corner, and it just something had to give.
Yeah. They made that bed.
Elvis brought up an interesting point here. When rest is always not so good, the Irish and Clemson both having the week off leading up to the showdown in Charlotte on Saturday afternoon. Does the week off hurt either team? I know the Irish are a little banged up, but does it hurt either team?
You're asking me?
I'm asking whoever the hell wants to answer. T can answer. I don't care.
I think.
No. Go ahead, Doug.
I think it probably helps, obviously, a team that maybe needs to get healthy, but I'm a firm believer in rhythm and keeping rhythm in whatever sport that you're playing. And anytime that you get some extra time off where you can simulate all you want in practice. You can do all that, but you're talking live game reps where, even rhythm and play calling and rhythm and everything that you do just gets disrupted a little bit. And, there's always, you'll see some rust. You'll see some rust. You see it every week in the NFL, right? A team coming off a bye week, they don't look the same. And so, you get a quarter or, you get a couple possessions in. So I think you'll see a little bit from both teams, obviously, because they're both in the same boat.
So let's ask Luke real quick. Let's bring Luke into the conversation. Luke, you Ohio State fan?
Yeah. Yep.
Oh, God, you're killing me, dude.
Why do you think I like the kid so much?
That's right. Good job, Luke.
Because I watched him play basketball 3 times this year. He can still be a Notre Dame fan, but still.
Partly that too, yeah.
My dad's a Notre Dame fan.
Your dad is a great man.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
How do you let you get away with being an Ohio State fan then?
I think Grandpa had a big say in it.
Because we don't hold it against our kids.
Yeah,
It's true.
Ohio State fan, yep.
All right, so what's everybody think? Clemson, Notre Dame, Saturday night. Will Elvis, Tara, and I be pleased come 7:30, 8 o'clock?
Please, because
we beat the hell out of them.
You won the ACC title, or please?
I don't care about the ACC title. I care about beating
you're still you're still in the college football playoff with 1 loss.
Right. I don't care about the freaking ACC.
Yeah, you guys are in no matter what, right?
You think?
Yeah.
No,
I think so.
I don't think so.
Really?
I don't know. I think if they lose, there's a possibility it can be a number 4, but I kind of also got a feeling that they're going to kind of put possibly a Texas A&M in just to get 2 SEC schools in.
So who's going to play in the SEC championship?
Florida and Bama.
Oh, Florida's
Yeah.
still in?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's no way they sneak in with 2 losses.
0 chance. You
No.
Can't do it. Not with
Even with a defensive player that can throw a shoe 20 yards? That was awesome.
rather impressive.
Shoelace.
Rather impressive.
Shoelachi.
No, I think that I don't know what Texas A&M is going to be able to prove when they're not playing. If Notre Dame loses, I just don't know that. You know,
The only good
if it's a
thing
blowout,
about
I don't know.
the only good thing about Florida getting beat last night, that was Texas A&M's best win on the whole
Right.
year. So that might play something into it, but I don't know. Hell, maybe a Coastal Carolina is going to sneak in. I don't know, Cincinnati or something.
The Natty.
I
I was going to say something.
don't know. Honestly, I don't know what that game's going to look like. Clemson comes out. What's the line? What's the line beat?
I have no idea.
Have you seen it?
I thought I
think Clemson
saw.
was
I thought I saw
I thought-
9.
9. Clemson.
Clemson
I
by
think.
9.
I thought I heard 9.
So with Lawrence, they're favored by 9. Without him, we were favored
on,
by
I'll tell you.
5.5.
The line for the first game was 5.5.
Yeah, we were favored by 5.5. Curtis
And
is
I wasn't.
looking it up,
I
and
wasn't.
can just do it
Yeah,
for
I
him.
wasn't shocked. I wasn't shocked to see the line at for Clemson in that
7.5.
7.5 right now.
Do you really think that Trevor Lawrence makes that big of a difference? Because the kid
He's
before,
pretty damn good.
Yeah, but the kid that his backup threw for over 400 yards against us.
I think some of it is that they had some other
Around-
guys out too. They had some other guys out in that game too.
I
mean,
think Travis
defensive
Etienne is the
player.
difference maker, and we shut him down like we did back in September, or when was that? Whatever.
And
November.
I know Clemson had a linebacker out for that game, but I don't think he's playing in this game. And only Notre Dame's defense, we haven't had our 2 healthy wide receivers play all year. We've been playing with pretty much 3 tight end lineups the whole season, and Clemson never stopped them. So I don't think they're going to stop them this time either.
your whiteouts.
That's my 2 cents. Yeah, Brandon Lindsay and Kevin Austin.
Yeah.
I'll be honest.
It's going to be a really good game.
I don't have a beat on this game, to be honest with you. I just don't, because both teams have played really well at times, and both teams have. I mean, Book and Lawrence will be a good battle. I mean, Ian Book has been impressive all year, and yeah, you're right. I think if Notre Dame can stop ETN, because I think Notre Dame is going to run the ball effectively, because they've done it all year, and then Books make plays, and if you can try to make Lawrence just sling it all night, I think that obviously
Yeah, I
favors.
think you're fine.
His running's what scares me,
Yeah,
because
He makes plays.
he's a freaking gazelle.
he
He
is.
makes plays.
Yep, I think defense shuts down ETN. You have a really good shot at beating them again. You're gonna have to make Lawrence throw the ball, and he's made some mistakes a lot. I mean, hell, it's weird. I can't really break this game down, but I look at it like they got Lawrence back. It's tough to beat a team twice in the same year.
It
Who
is
knows?
hard.
But it's tough.
It is
So
tough.
I don't know. I
It
think
is
it's gonna
tough
be a
to beat.
really good game. I'm looking forward to it.
Let's switch gears here. Any chance Northwestern shows up and the Buckeyes don't? Luke says
I've
no.
always
Luke says no.
no.
Maybe the first-
I honestly, we'd have to
I think
turn the ball over a lot. I don't know. I just don't.
I think this game looks bad for a little bit a little bit to start. I think it looks bad. A little bit, some rust with Ohio State. Probably a motivated Northwestern team. Pat Fitzgerald will get them. He'll get them ready, and they'll do some things. I think their defensive line's pretty solid. So I think this looks bad. I think this game might look bad for maybe a quarter.
Then they get back into the groove.
Yeah,
I can see that, Doug. They're Northwestern could probably put a good game plan around for a quarter and execute it really well and be, they're fundamentally sound. I was listening to Day's press conference today, and he just kept on pounding how fundamentally sound they are. They don't make mistakes, good coaching and whatnot. I mean, I know he had a lot of, coach speak PR stuff, but still, I mean, he was hammering that. So yeah, I mean, I can see that, but I just think the athletes take over, after their game plan gets a little exhausted. So,
and the other thing that's really interesting to think about this is, Ohio State, those linemen, for example, that were quarantined, they were just back in the Woody this week, and so how do you start to work that in? And those guys haven't played in 3 weeks, so that looks a little different. But we'll see.
Yeah, I agree.
Pat Fitzgerald might be auditioning for the Chicago Bears head coaching vacancy at the end of the year too.
In all honesty, like if there's one spot that I could see him, he's a Northwestern guy. You never see him leaving Northwestern. The alum and whatnot, rah rah rah. But if there's one job that I could see him, it's the frickin' Chicago Bears job, and I think he'd be a good NFL coach. I really do.
Yeah,
I really do. So
the only way that thing is ever going to happen, Northwestern's field is Ryan Field, where they play, and they are a minority shareholder in the Chicago Bears along with the McCaskies, and the main Ryan guy is on the executive board for the Chicago Bears. That might be his only in, but I think he's pretty much got a lifelong contract at Northwestern. He can do whatever the heck he wants, really, anyway.
Yeah.
What about this, Domers? What about – it seems like every 2 or 3 years, Brian Kelly's name gets linked to an NFL job. Him having the year he's having. Does he say, you know what, I think I've done well enough in college football. I'm going to go take a leap to the league.
Did you just say he's going to take a leap on the league?
Yes, I did, Bailey.
Okay.
Either the Philadelphia Eagles or the New York
Bears.
Giants is usually he might go to the Bears. I don't know if he'd ever leave or not. I don't know.
Kind of one of those for lifelong contracts as well.
Well, yeah, hell, he only makes like $2.5 million a year, so
I find that hard to believe. I mean, Scroat was telling me that the other day too. He must have some serious TV contracts or
Shoe.
Well, I think they
Under Armour or whatever.
I think that they own like 33 1/3% of Under Armour too, so I'm sure he probably gets a good kickback.
He's got to have incentive loaded contract and
has to or something.
You talk about those college coaches. I mean, you don't see any type of success going from college to NFL. You don't see it. So I don't. And maybe that's with some guys that decide to make that jump is they decide, hey, maybe a bit of an ego trip that I can be that guy that does it. Goes from college to pros. It's just you don't always see that success coming doing that. I mean, Saban couldn't do it.
He couldn't do it a full year.
Yeah, the old ball coach,
Spurrier.
Steve Spurrier, he couldn't do it, so.
I'm trying, who has –
And the bad thing is they're always terrible. They're not even competitive.
Yeah.
That's the other thing that blows my mind, how they can go from college and be so dang good
Yeah.
and go to the NFL, and it's like they're coaching junior high football. It's the first time
Well,
they've
you
ever
know,
seen one.
Didn't Lou Holtz get blown up in the NFL big time?
New York Jets.
Jets.
Here you go, guys. Brian Kelly is the 65th highest paid coach
Oh
in
wow.
college football.
Wow.
It doesn't give a number. 65.
Wow.
He's gotta have an incentive loaded contract. Got to.
Has to.
And I want to say I heard it was around $1.5 million, but
But you
Wow.
don't
He's got
ever
to get a
hear
cut of
him.
that NBC money.
What's his contract length right now?
he's signed through 2024.
2024.
Right, Vis?
He's
I think
well,
so.
well, you know, guys. That I mean, a lot of these, colleges like to keep their coaches, those higher numbers of years and get extensions and things like that. Just to help with recruiting. I mean, that's the weird thing with Harbaugh right now is,
Yeah.
you try to go recruit a kid and you're on a 1-year contract. Well, how can you tell a kid, yeah, I'm going to be here your entire 4 years?
Yeah.
You can't tell them that.
Yeah.
So Kelly's right now in that time frame, so he's probably looking at an extension and maybe a little bit of a healthy bump and a pay raise too.
I believe that he's.
I'll take a healthy bump.
Me too. Wow. So we've got to hit a break here in a couple minutes, but we do have time real quick to squeeze in our Ask the Beatettes of the week. And this comes from Shep Dog. Shep Dog sent us a sweet email. He says, "What's up, duders? Another quality episode last week. Only downfall was the jersey choice by the Iron Man. In case you don't remember, Elvis wore his #1 Indiana Jared Jeffries jersey.
Oh, it's classic.
Oh, there's a blast from the past. What's he doing these days?
Hey,
Is
I
he in the
told-
league?
I told you guys
Fishing.
Curtis didn't watch the last episode.
I know I didn't. I told you I didn't.
He says, over the last couple weeks, we've got to experience a hidden talent by Elvis, which got me to thinking of a question to ask the duders and dudette. Out of the cast, which of you would have the best shot at getting a record label deal?"
It's got to be Elvis, doesn't it? Got to be. Number one, he's got the name.
Yeah.
The charisma alone.
Yeah.
Stage presence.
I know who it's not.
I got a pretty good idea who it's not as well.
Hold on. Curtis has some. Curtis, you've got some stage presence. You were the star,
What?
one of the stars of the 6th grade musical when you were in 5th grade.
That's right. I forgot about that.
Okay.
I think we're all making reference to you, Beat,
What did I do?
of who it's not.
Why is it not me?
Scroat's got a good voice.
I've heard Scroats sing. He's
I'm a
decent.
goddamn karaoke king.
Yeah.
What's your go-to?
Curtis, what's my go-to?
Just a Gigolo. Is it who sings that?
David Lee Roth.
David Lee Roth. Yes.
But
David Lee Roth.
But more recently, if you've spotted me at Rocket's Pub in Edgerton, I've been busting off some Bruno Mars.
Yeah, really?
Little
People go
uptown,
to Rockets?
little uptown funk. Once, yeah, I've been there once.
Uptown Funk.
Heck yeah, man, it's a great song.
Oh, yeah, I bet you killed it too.
Curtis and I have sang. Curtis and I have together. We had it was our karaoke band that we called Teabag, and we were known to bust off some good tunes at Chuck's.
We would. What was our go-to? Some Oasis.
Wonderwall.
Little Oasis. Yep. Yep. Little Wonderwall.
You know what though? Speaking of Oasis, I used to go to the Oasis back in my heyday when they'd have karaoke, and I'd bust off some Baby Got Back.
I didn't know the Oasis used to do
Yeah,
Oh yeah,
Karaoke.
it was a guy
Oh,
named
really?
his
Oh,
name
yeah.
was Mikester Goodtime.
yeah.
Seriously?
Hell yeah.
I think
That's great.
that's John DeVore's uncle. I think
I
it
was
used to
gonna
bust
say I
out.
think he's some
Oh,
relation
really?
to Johnny D.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's funny.
yeah.
Oh yeah. I've
Did
karaoke. You name it. I've karaoke'd there. I've done
Yeah.
it. Even if they don't give me the lyrics, I bust off. I'm at a hotel bar in Port Clinton. I'm singing Three Doors Down. They don't even give me the words.
I don't even need the words.
Nah, hell no.
I'm good, thanks.
I did some rocking out at Pierre's once. Yeah. Oh yeah. I'm a.
I've seen Snoop Dogg at Pierre's.
You sure it wasn't me?
It might have been Scroat Dog.
Oh, good stuff.
All right, folks. So that answers, I
Funny.
guess. Sorry, Shep, but you're not gonna. I guess it's between Elvis and I.
Uh-huh.
We're gonna take a little break here. We'll come back. We've still got our trivia question for Elvis tonight. And I think this is a really good question. I think it's gonna spark a really good conversation amongst the group. But yeah, you've been listening to the Duder Podcast presented by AmeriMade Realty.